I'm up in my attic this morning. We had some IAQ issues that were brought to light by the CPS IAQ Pro that I was running in my house, which is a small device that measures air properties like relative humidity, temperature, VOCs, carbon dioxide. And the carbon dioxide was not optimal, but it was okay. But the VOC count was really high. So I'm actually going to install a Haven air monitor up here today, and we're going to compare the two readings and kind of see where we need to go with it, whether we need to ventilate or whatever. I think I'm going to go ahead and put some outside air in as well, just to sort of dilute the air inside the house, but we'll talk about that coming up soon. But right now I'm going to get on to installing this Haven. This is what the Haven looks like, the box that it comes in. I'm not going to show the whole installation process because they actually have videos that they put out that show the process, and my video is not going to be as good as theirs because they're the dudes that sell this. So just know that I'm going to put it right here in between this return elbow and where one of the returns empties into the return trunk, so it gives it a long, nice straight run. I'm going to cut this out, put a hole in it, slide it in, and I'll show you guys after I finish the installation process. I've finished the installation of the, I'm going to call it the Tizoa, and you can call me Pasoda. Everything's hooked up. It's going to be inputting information into the portal here soon. It says it takes a few minutes. And hopefully it'll give some insights to the readings that the CPS has given us already. See if it confirms those, contrast. We're going to check that and see. It's a pretty easy installation. And they have everything on their website too. So pretty easy stuff. It's pretty cool. You can test different orientations. It'll actually have you turn it because there's a plate that goes in underneath here that has different markings on it, and you'll align it with different markings on the plate. So if there's some turbulence in your duct or the airflow isn't exactly linear right there where you're at, it'll give you the best possible location to put it. And sometimes it says you have to move it to a different location, but luckily that wasn't the case with me. I ran the power back over to the other side of the air handler. It comes down and meets with the 24 volt and common on the other side. So right now we're just waiting, and I see we have a blue light. What is the blue light? I gotta read. All right, guys. I realized that it wasn't stellar footage of the install of the Tizoa, but I wanted to go ahead and put a little bit of footage up showing where I installed it, and a little bit of just sort of how I figured on doing it. It's been a couple months probably since I put that in, and I've been using it and citing it whenever I get like a notification there's an issue. I've gotten a few notifications that there's a high particulate count. There's a high, I'm trying to remember what exactly it was called, just TVOCs, like chemicals, and it's in parts per billion. I've gotten a notification several times. It's been right on the ball as far as when it happened. It's typically when we're cooking, or like you put out a candle, you can notice it goes up and down. We put out a candle one time and it went up like the particulate count because of the smoke. It went up slightly, then came back down a few minutes later. So my impression of the Haven is that it is pretty good. I mean, I can't tell you that it is perfect. I'm just telling you how it reacts with stuff that we're doing in the house. It seems to line up pretty well as far as smoke and chemicals that are released during cooking, smoke during cooking. It seems like it's a pretty good device as far as that's concerned. I don't know what to tell you guys when we compare it to the CPS, because the CPS would always say we had a really high TVOC count as well as a high CO2. Some of that I think is because we don't have outside air, and we have 7 people in the house and now 2 dogs. So they're all absorbing oxygen, breathing it in and breathing out CO2. So it's within the realm of possibility that without opening and closing an outside door or window, that we could build up some CO2. I think that makes sense. I don't know where the very large count comes from as far as total VOCs compared to the Haven, which typically is not as high as a CPS. But a CPS is consistently high. So I'm not positive. I didn't get a super clear answer from CPS about what it could be. I don't know. I don't think it means that it's necessarily wrong, because I think you can sense different types of VOCs with different sensors. So I can't tell you that for sure, but I'm going to continue to try to figure that out. Now, my impression of the Haven is that it's good. It seems to do its job, and not being a expert at what it's doing as far as sensor types and the exact particulate counts. It seems like as far as reacting to what's happening, it seems accurate in that regard. So in that area, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Still kind of learning more about it, learning more about the CPS, and as I do, I'll let you guys know. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you get something out of it. If I didn't mention before, they did send the Haven to me at no charge. So factor that in. I didn't pay for the Haven, so I didn't have to factor in how much it costs when I was calculating all that stuff. I'm just telling you what it does. So you can weigh that on your own, whether or not you want to spend the money to buy it or not. If it's at TruTech Tools, which I assume it is because that's who sent it out to me, you can use a Shop Talk discount code. Yeah, man. And just so you know, I want to be pretty forthcoming on this. If you use a Shop Talk discount code at TruTech Tools, they pay the creators who do that a certain amount based on how many codes are used. So you're basically helping fund the creator person that you like. And you can use multiple people. You can do mine if you like my stuff. But just know that that's how the process works. People are earning money off of you going and buying stuff at TruTech Tools. You spend $1 million, you spend $1 in one setting. I think it's the exact amount of weight in each sitting. So that doesn't really make a difference. It's just kind of an overall support thing. So I want to let you guys know, transparency and all that, I guess. I hope you have a good Christmas. If I don't talk to you before then, we should have a podcast out later this week or maybe first of the week. I don't know if we're going to rush one out right here before Christmas. A lot of guys are off anyway. But I talked to Jessica Egan, it's one of my buddies. We talked about her first summer as a technician, and we'll have a few more coming up later. I know I was going to interview a few more people. I don't know if they're going to be available. Let me worry about that. Let me worry about the administrative stuff. Have a good Christmas, guys. I'll see you on the next one.